Welcome to Chain Reaction by Capital Copilot, your daily dose of the latest in cryptocurrency news, market insights, and blockchain trends. Let's get started. Bitcoin holds above $91,000, while Nasdaq moves to elevate institutional options access and Treasury liquidity prepares to flood back into markets. Meanwhile, Interpol officially designates crypto fraud operations a global criminal threat. Bitcoin is currently trading at $91,447, with Ethereum at $3,035 and Solana at $140. The rally this week came as roughly $620 billion in excess. Treasury cash begins flowing back into the banking system following resumed federal government operations. The Treasury General account sits at $892 billion, well above the baseline of $600 billion, signaling an imminent liquidity injection. This coincides with dovish Federal Reserve messaging that repriced near-term rate cut probabilities to 90%, plus the scheduled conclusion of quantitative tightening on December 1st. But the crypto community remains sharply divided on what comes next. Analyst Oxchain warns of a fragile liquidity environment, despite Bitcoin's recovery from a 35% drop since October's peak above $120,000. The decline lacked the typical hype and speculation that marks cycle tops, and market depth has been thin, with medium-sized orders causing multi-percentage point swings. Stablecoin creation has slowed, ETF inflows have diminished, and mid-term holders are the primary source of selling pressure. Oxchain's assessment: the broader bullish narrative isn't gone, but expect a wandering market that drifts, chops, and tests lower levels until a strong catalyst appears. Meanwhile, Nasdaq's International Securities Exchange filed to raise options position limits on BlackRock's iShares Bitcoin Trust from 250,000 contracts to 1 million. This puts Bitcoin derivatives in the same tier as Apple, NVIDIA, and the S&P 500. The move shifts Bitcoin derivatives toward regulated US venues and enables institutional hedging at scale, though it introduces new operational challenges around Bitcoin's weekend gap risks. A fully exercised 1 million contract position represents just 7.5% of the ETF's float. On the security front, Interpol formally recognized crypto fraud as core to transnational scam compound operations, designating the network a global criminal threat. These operations span dozens of countries, using human trafficking and coerced labor to run romance scams, investment fraud, and crypto scams from compounds in Myanmar, Cambodia, Laos, Russia, and Colombia. After Cambodia's Huioni Group was found to have processed over $11 billion in crypto transactions and the US Treasury sanctioned it for $4 billion in laundering, law enforcement coordination has intensified globally. South Korean exchange Upbit suffered a $36 million hack targeting its Solana hot wallet, with authorities attributing the attack to North Korea's Lazarus group. The exchange froze affected wallets and committed to full reimbursement from company reserves. Separately, Solana ETFs recorded their first net outflow of $8.1 million since launching in October, driven by $34 million in redemptions from 21 shares, though Solana's price still rose roughly 3.6%. That's a wrap for today's edition of Chain Reaction by Capital Copilot. We hope you're feeling more informed and ready to navigate the cryptoverse. Until next time, keep your digital wallets ready.